This is my build of the Crusader Mark III from Tamiya, and I was set a challenge. So one of my, I think he was a channel member, he may be just a subscriber, contacted me a few months back and said, what can I do with kits where the decals are missing or they're foobarred? And I said, well, you can buy aftermarket decals, or why not create a gate guard? Now, I've been to a lot of places where you see planes or tanks or even boats as gate guards, and a lot of the time they've either been painted over or they've been left to rust. You know, they pick up all the grime, bits of moss, and you don't see any markings on these vehicles or planes or tanks. So I thought, that's what I'm going to do with this. So I grabbed this Crusader Mark III and I thought, let's make it into a gate guard. As with any tank, it is a case of going through the parts and gluing together road wheels, idler wheels, and the drive sprocket, which in this kit would have a polycap. And it's just a case of snipping them off, cleaning them up, and then adding some cement just to bond them together really nice. And by the way, I am using tool cleaner on this build as well. Next, it's time to assemble the rear panel, and there is a hitch to go on and some plates which you can see me attaching here. Quite simple, nothing too drastic, a little bit fiddly at first, but once we're in position, a few drops of cement or tool cleaner and it all goes together rather well. Because this has a die cast hull, it's time to use the super glue, and you have to attach these posts or axles using super glue onto the hull body there, and also using super glue you attach the rear panel and the front panel to the die cast part. Now it's time to attach the wheels, the road wheels, and again, die cast and plastic. You can't use cement, so a dab of super glue on each of the axles there, and then attach the wheels one by one. Using some engineer's blocks, which are quite heavy, I used them just to position the wheels in so that they will be straight down the edge of the hull. Now in this kit, the tracks aren't rubber, they're at Lincoln length, so a little bit of cleanup required on some of the small parts, but there are length of track to make it easier for you to put the track on. And on the sprockets it's single pieces, but then you have larger lengths of it, and it all goes together absolutely fine. Now both sides are done, and this is where I got the sprockets, and they were bowing out outwards. So I got a clamp on it and just attached the clamp and squeezed it together so that it pulled it all in and made it straight. And with the lower hull all done, I gave it a bit of a prime. So we're drilling out the holes, and I think that is really for the storage boxes, gives it somewhere to put them. And then we end up putting on the slats. And it's easy enough, they do fit in, a little bit of tool cleaner or cement and it all goes together fine. Then put on some of these wings on the front to go over the top of where the tracks will go. Again, easy fitting. And then we put, I believe these are exhaust, I may be wrong, and then also the front sight as well. So that all goes on easy. And then you just add in these panels on from the instructions, and then you build up these storage boxes and then attach them. And at this point here, I now attach the top to the bottom with these little screws, and they'll be hidden under some plastic. Again, some more storage boxes going on the side. And then we put on the skirts, and they were a bit fiddly to get on. They do need a little bit of maneuvering into position and then just clamped in so that they, attach quite firmly. And you do the same on the other side as well. And you can see I'm using clamps here just to keep it all in position. Next, we build up the extra fuel tank, and there are some little brackets to attach to this. Now, I couldn't really find any fixing point to put these on that back grill. It was really difficult, so I just, eyed it up central, and then just glued it in position and let it lie. Now we start to build up the turret, so you're building up the front of the turret there, where the gun barrel will go. Obviously you need some poly caps there, and again it's easy, a few little parts, a little bit of cement in the seams there, and it all goes together really nice. And there are little attachments and little parts to place on here. I've kind of skipped that bit because you understand, there'll be eye rings, aerial, etc. to go on, handles, and there you are, all put together. Then finally I attach the front of the turret there for the gun, and then just make sure that all fits together. So now you cement this front panel in, and then you attach the spotlights on the front and the light guards as well, and they're quite simple. Just make sure they're lined up before you finally cement them in. Then we add other bits to the turret as well. Just very quickly, just jumping in on the video just to ask a bit of a favour. If you're not a subscriber to this channel but are enjoying what you're seeing, will you please consider becoming a subscriber? It really does help the channel, and all you've got to do is click subscribe, ring that bell, click all to be notified when I release a new video. And to subscribe to the channel is completely free. Right, let's get back to the video. So now it's time to spray up the tank, and as you can see I've black basted, then highlighted with white paint. I didn't film this bit unfortunately because I didn't put the camera on, but it's quite simple. Black primer, and then just go around where you want to highlight with the white. And then I now spray it with green, dark green, and I build up layers. So I spray on, and as you can see I'm just gently pushing the green all over the black and white base there, and the more I put on, the less you'll see of the white and the less you'll see of the black, but it'll be nicely shaded up. It really does cover nicely, this paint from Mr. Colour. And yeah, so I just went around it. I think I did it twice. Put down a nice coat, ended up working on the turret as well, and the result for me looked pretty good for this tank. And remember, I've gone for a lighter green. It is dark green, but it's a lighter dark green, if you know what I mean. And because I know that when I'll be weathering it with powders, you're going to lose a lot of that green. It will definitely go a lot darker. For years I used black panel line wash from Tamiya. Was it Panel Accent, I think it's called. I now use brown, and I don't use the brush. I use one of these display pens, and basically I think they're the best thing since sliced bread. It's one of my favourite tools I've bought this year. And basically you load up the end of the pen with the wash, and then you just press into the recesses and you wipe onto the lines, and you just see that it just fills up really nicely. And the best thing is that if you do get a little bit too much on there, you quite simply get a cotton tip cotton bud and just wipe it off. Now I haven't varnished this at all. I've just gone in with the panel line, because I want to also use some of the dampness of the wash to help the powders adhere and clump up on the tank. So yeah, as I say, I'm just wiping a bit off there now with one of these Q-tips, I think they're called. But once it's all done, this is where it all happens. I get some of the brown, I think it's dark dust from Humbrol, and I just start pushing the powder into the vehicle, into all the crevices, and because I've not used any varnishes, it kind of wants to attract itself to the paint. So you can see me there just dabbing it in, and it's basically, I build up layers. That's all it is. I build up layers, and you'll see in a minute when I feel that I've got enough of this powder on the tank, I will then use hairspray to basically adhere the powder, and it also makes it a little bit darker as well. But as you can see, I'm just pounding the powders on to give it that really dirty, rustic look. So now that first layer is all over the tank in all the crevices that I want. I now grab the hairspray, and it is the cheapest hairspray I can buy from Home Bargain, and I just give it a coat of this hairspray, so you'll see that it becomes a sheen onto it, and you can see how it's darkened the powder. But not to worry, because it will lighten again, but it will be darkened, but it will lighten up again. But once you've got that and you just let it dry, give it a couple of minutes, let it, what I call, like, tack off or gas off, and then while it's still that little bit damp, you can then put on your next layer. And here you go. This is where I start padding again with more powders in the places, as I really want to get like a real, how am I trying to explain it now? I'm just trying to get like a powder So it's like, looks like grimy, and it looks like it's been weathered and it's picked up crap. That's what I'm trying to get. I want it to make it look like that the dust and the water has blown up, and it's just caused this effect where you have clumps of dust and mud. So, you know, it's been there a while, this one. I tell you, it's been there a while indeed. And don't be afraid, just put as much on as you think, because you can always blend in. As you see, I've really gone hard this time, because when I do another coat of hairspray, it will then kind of blend it all in together. And just here you can see that I've just started to add a little bit of black, just a little bit of black onto it, just to really darken off those little bits that I thought were a little bit too light. And here I am just spraying another coat of hairspray, which I allowed to go dry before I then added some little rust spots with red powder and some more highlights with yellow powder, and this is the finished result. So I was really happy how the kit went together. The tracks, yeah, there was a little bit of issue there. You know, I had to clamp those front sprockets on the front, or road wheels on the front, just to get them to go a bit more straighter. But building up the tank itself was relatively painless. And then I sprayed it green, and then I just went for it with Humbrol powders and hairspray and some panel line wash, and I think the result looks really good. I got the base from 3D Gizmo, and even though I didn't film that part, basically I just sprayed it black, prime black, and then went over the detail with grey and like a desert sand colour, just to blend it all in. 50-50 PVA, clear PVA and water over the top. Let it just tack off a little bit. Put it on the grass using an applicator, and then added all these little bushes and, you know, they called reeds, or whatever you want to call them, and then added some yellow foliage on top. So it comes up really, really well. And as you can see, you know, hopefully it's giving the impression that's been left there just to die. And that's what I did. And so I didn't use the decals in the kit, I just went on with it like this, and I'm really happy with the result. What's your thoughts? Have you done something like this before, where you've had a problem with a kit because of the decals are non-existent or non-usable? Let me know in the comments what you did with that model. And if you want, why don't you post them on Instagram or on the Facebook group or even on Discord, all links below, and show me your workings too. And I think that's it from me. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, click like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, ring that bell, click all to be notified when I release a new video. Any questions, any comments, leave them in the box below because I do reply. Huge shout out to my channel members who help me financially with this channel. If you want to become a channel member, click join below and select which membership tier you so wish. In one of the four corners will be a playlist or a video of other content on my channel you may like to watch, and hopefully I will see you over there.